Welcome to Passive Voice in the Simple Past Tense, learning how to change active sentences into passive ones. What is the passive voice? We use the passive voice when we want to focus on the action, not on who did it. In an active voice sentence, the subject does the action. For example, Tom kicked the ball. In a passive voice sentence, the action itself is the focus. For example, the ball was kicked by Tom. In the simple past tense, we form the passive using was or were, followed by the past participle of the verb. We use was for singular subjects and were for plural subjects. Here is example 1, showing a singular subject with was. In the active sentence, we have the dog broke the vase. Here, the dog is the subject, broke is the past tense verb, and the vase is the object. When we turn this into the passive voice, it becomes the vase was broken by the dog. Always use was for I, he, she, it, and other singular subjects. Example 2 shows a plural subject with were. In the active sentence, we say, the children planted the trees. The children is the subject, planted is the past tense verb, and the trees is the object. In the passive voice, this becomes, the trees were planted by the children. Use were for you, we, they, and other plural subjects. Example 3 teaches us about the negative passive using was not or were not. In the active voice, we say, Sam did not write the report. When changed to the passive voice, it becomes, the report was not written by Sam. Simply put the word not between was or were and the past participle, such as saying was not written. Example 4 shows how we use by to name the doer. In the active voice, we say, Lucy did not bake the cake. In the passive voice, we say, the cake was not baked by Lucy. We can add the word by to introduce the doer of the action when the doer is known or important. If the doer is unknown, we can leave out by entirely. Now it's your turn. Read each active sentence carefully. Then complete the passive sentence using the correct form of the verb. Remember to choose was or were. Here are 3 helpful tips. Tip 1. Find the object in the active sentence because it becomes the subject in the passive sentence. Tip 2. Use was for singular subjects and were for plural subjects. Tip 3. Always use the past participle form of the verb. Question 1. In the active voice, we say, my brother drew this picture this morning. How do we complete the passive sentence? The answer is, this picture was drawn by my brother this morning. Question 2. In the active voice, we say, the heavy storm flooded most of the streets. Let's complete the passive sentence. The answer is, most of the streets were flooded by the heavy storm. Question 3. In the active voice, we say, the car fumes polluted the river. Let's make it passive. The answer is, the river was polluted by the car fumes. Question 4. In the active voice, we say, Emma did not bring the sandwiches. How do we turn this negative sentence into the passive voice? The answer is, the sandwiches were not brought by Emma. Question 5. In the active voice, we say, Oliver peeled the banana. Let's complete the passive sentence. The answer is, the banana was peeled by Oliver. Question 6. In the active voice, we say, the detective did not find the footprints. Let's change this negative sentence into the passive voice. The answer is, the footprints were not found by the detective. Question 7. In the active voice, we say, Mia ate the last slice of pizza. Let's write the passive sentence. The answer is, the last slice of pizza was eaten by Mia. Well done! You have practiced the passive voice in the simple past tense. Let's recap what we learned today. For singular subjects, use was, like in, the ball was kicked by Tom. For plural subjects, use were, like in, the trees were planted by the children. For negative sentences, use was not or were not, like in, the cake was not baked by Lucy. Finally, add the word by when the doer of the action is known or important. You are doing a fantastic job. Keep up the great work.